I'll share with it now. So those of us who, reward the people that make it 45 minutes into this thing, but children are narcissistic, understandably so. It's a
Yeah.
survival mechanism. They're trying to learn their way in the world, and they have
Of
to put
course.
themselves first.
Yeah.
Me, all the time. It's survival. Totally get it. Okay?
Yeah.
If our theory is that MAGA trash are nothing more than overgrown children, it's consistent that they would be narcissistic and
Yes.
give in to these ridiculous notions. Like, if I could ever get the opportunity to talk to Joe Scarborough, I'd be like, you got to get away from American exceptionalism. Okay?
Yeah.
It has been weaponized. It has been weaponized into American narcissism.
Yeah.
And people think that just by being an American, specifically a straight white Christian American, and a gun owner, and that makes them superior to everybody else. And there goes that Lyndon Johnson quote again, right?
Yeah.
Give them someone to look down on, and let them pick your pocket.
Yeah.
And that's what they're doing with the culture war. It's the right wing magic trick, and it's just the answer. The answer is, like, you have to make elections like Super Bowls
Yeah.
for people, and it's 2 Super Bowls every even year. So you're voting twice every even year, not once. Once in the spring or winter, and then again in the fall. Because it's all about the normies and the primaries, man. If we can't get any kind of momentum with the normies, if we can't, that's why I keep coming back to marketing. If you can't make it sexy, if you can't make the stakes high enough for me to care, then people aren't going to pay attention.
Yeah.
And if you
Yeah.
don't have people's attention, you can't influence them, period. It's
Yeah.
that simple.
Exactly. Like you have to excite people. You have to give people a reason to vote and whatnot. Like, and it's especially hard when a lot of young voters, which are probably the majority block of um, unregistered voters and whatnot, the block of unlikely voters, it's hard to excite them when a lot of the things they care about aren't being even like mentioned by any representatives, be it like at a federal level, a state level, or a local level, and like if a lot of issues that they care about aren't even being mentioned, like why should they even bother going to the polls or registering to vote, you know? And like a lot, I mean, I don't blame them, but a lot of them aren't convinced by the lesser of two evils argument. I think Project 2025 is a terrifying thing.
Yeah.
Like that alone, like warrants uh, the necessity for Biden to win a second term, regardless of what's going on in Gaza. And I hate that reality. I absolutely despise it because like they don't deserve a second term given the way that they're handling such atrocities, and they're not
Yeah.
standing up to Israel. But at the same time, like it's just going to be so much worse if Trump and the Republicans take power. Like it would like substantially, but like that doesn't convince people because they see how bad it is right now and it's unacceptable. So they refuse to grant power and leeway to the current leaders that are in power, and like you can't convince them otherwise. And like I wouldn't bother doing it, like because I don't blame them. It really sucks, but like you know you could sit a one-on-one with some of them and say like, here are the levels like on certain areas where Biden and Trump are different, for example, or the Democrats and Republicans are different, and here's why it is in the collective best interests to make sure that Democrats and Biden maintain power in spite of the Republicans and Trump, because they would be so much worse on this issue, this issue, this issue, and like just like I said, it's hard to convince people of that when they see just such just awful shit happening right in front of them that just doesn't seem to change. You know.
Yeah, I think you got to get people to care. I mean, it's
Yeah.
not so different actually from good writing in Hollywood. I always say, you know, if you don't make me care in the first 5 pages, really less than that, then I'm not probably going to continue to keep reading.
Yeah.
It's just that important. Make me
Right.
care. Make me
Yeah.
care. And he doesn't need to be anything like surprising or fantastic. You know, you can be a stakes. You could just indicate the stakes are life and death, or the stakes are have something to do with the military, or you can you can invoke something interesting within those first few pages that doesn't necessarily have to be provocative. It just has
Yeah.
to be interesting, and
Exactly.
then you get into your character, and that's really what I think the left needs to do is get into promote more personalities. There are some younger politicians I've been paying attention to, or I couldn't tell you their names though. I
Yeah.
mean, I was on I was on a I was watching a video not a little while ago, and somebody said on it that there people are afraid of Pramila Jayapal, and people are afraid of Ro Khanna, and I was like, I don't think so. I think that might be what you want to
Yeah.
be the case, but it's not. And last I saw, both of them kind of sold out to the progressive values because the progressive caucus in California is a little bit overrun. I don't know. Maybe you know more about that than I do.
Yeah. I mean, from what I understand, and like I haven't really kept in touch with too much of that, but you know, like they definitely like both of them definitely play lip service to progressive causes. Rokana, I think, does a much better job. But you know, like they're trying to like have it both ways. They want to like be democratic leaders, and they want to like get along with party insiders and whatnot. But they also like probably deep down like actually believe in these progressive causes and want to bring them to the forefront. I think Rokana's been doing a decent job when it comes to the issue of Gaza, for example. When it comes to like the issues that Bernie championed like the past several years when he was like most prominent, Rokana does a decent job on that.